All right. It is time for version 6.5, the one they dub competition update. So the online multiplayer and the weekly time trial tournaments, they have completely redesigned. So let's jump in and find out what it's all about. So huge changes are here for weekly time trial tournament or time trials and online multiplayer. Check out RRTV for a full breakdown from the game team. So we've seen this, what was coming down the pipe a couple of weeks ago when they first announced it, which is basically they've gotten rid of starting out with a weekly time trial, they're going to do just one event per week as opposed to having 4 different ones per week. Which, come to think of it, why did we have 4 in the first place? We should have just started with 1 in the first place. That would have made a lot more sense. But anyway, it is here now. And from, if I remember correctly, they mentioned that you can actually save or replay your time trial or something like that, so you can actually see how you're chasing after your ghost and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. More replay options is always good. And then let's see what else. I guess once we jump in, we'll find out more. But the other one, of course, is the online multiplayer, which has been broken since the beginning for a longest time because the point system in online multiplayer never really made sense to me, because sometimes you win a race and you still lose points. So, supposedly that was counted, in relation to your competitor's level. But I guess if your level's higher and if you're competing against just a beginner, and even if you win because of the discrepancy in the level works against you somehow. I don't know. That never made sense. And of course, the biggest frustrating part about online multiplayer has always been the crash issue. When you crash into, or somebody would, just intentionally be a troll and, try to crash and push you out of the road, which is just annoying, right? Depends. When I would invite my own friends, the ones that I know that you can kind of mess around with, it's good fun. You're just messing around, crashing into one another, doing a bit of a demolition derby or bumper car racing. That's different versus when you're actually trying to compete for the prize and try to gain points. That's annoying when somebody's just trolling. So they've gotten rid of the crash system. Now it's more like, the other cars are just going to show up as a ghost, which is fine by me. But anyway, so instead of crashing, you'll go right through them. So it's like, I guess, doing time trial with your friends or time trials with other players. You're trying to go as fast as you can, which sounds like a proper race, right? And then here, the next, we got the single special event for this new version 6.5. It's going to be a big one, 9-day special event. So it's 9-stage event. Motor Fiesta 2. Of course, Motor Fiesta 1 was for the Ferrari 412, the T2, right? So, which is a lovely car, and that's of course now currently part of the permanent part of the Legends section of your career. Sort of like the Road to Le Mans, which is kind of nice because you get to win those cars by running through. And since the last update, right? Since 6.4, they've gotten rid of the time limit on those integrated special events. You know what I mean? Like the Speed Rush, the Season 1 for the Audi. And then what else is there? There's the one for Maseratis. And then the couple for Ferraris, right? So those are going to be all those have been basically without time limit, so kind of like a free cars you get to win, which is nice. Anyway, I digress here, so let's get back to the event at hand, or the update at hand. Join the festivities, earn the new expression of Pagani, the Huayra BC. So that's gonna be the sole special event of this update. So I'll try to do, as always, the zero upgrade attempt, which has not been working out too well, as you end up having to get at least a couple of gold upgrades since a while back. But we'll see. I know the attempt is going to be futile, but still gonna give my best. So stay tuned for that. And 2018 Supercars Championship. That's right. It's gonna be the Supercars, but this one really should have been called Supercars Update. But they are, I guess, emphasis is more on their online multiplayer and the time trial tournament revamp, because that's a big deal. So compared to, let's say, Supercars, they're just adding another season, the 2018 season, to the game, since we have 2016 and 2017. So why not add 2018? Of course, they have expired the Supercars series from the career section of your of the game, and now they are all in motorsports section. So perhaps more appropriately. So of course, I've finished my at least bonus series. So those videos are up, of course. So if you haven't checked them out, do go check them out. I know they're, not around, not in the game anymore, but it's for good fun. So anyway, these are going to be 3 different cars for 3 different limited time series. So if I remember correctly, we're going to have like 7 different limited time series. So that is a lot of limited time series. So choose your battle is what I would say in terms of which one you decide to run. Because, of course, all these limited time series require certain PR to complete to win the car, which means you're going to have to spend a decent amount of gold. The trend has been you have to get at least 3 upgrades across the board or something similar. So, and of course the supercars, V8 supercars, they're not cheap. Past year rendition of these cars are now running around 600 gold per car. So, and of course the upgrades aren't cheap either. So yeah, something to keep in mind, and as I said, prioritize. So there are 3 limited time series here already, and then here's the other set of limited time series for continuing on with that 70th anniversary of Porsche. So this time we've got 1977 Porsche 936 77 Spider, and we got 2019 McLaren 600 LT. So a classic and modern. So those are going to be also a limited time series. So far that is up to 5 limited time series. And let's see, we still got a couple of more tabs to go here. Flashback events. No, they are missing, I guess, the old cars, limited time series for older cars. Like I know the original Aston Martin Vantage GTE from 2012 version, I think, right? I believe they have a limited time series for that one as well. So if you already own the car, because that's was originally included and presented to us in the special event 500, right back in the day, and of course that came back as the first rendition of Flashback Event. So they actually had a pretty good payout when they first introduced these flashback events, but then they completely nerfed the payout since then for those who are running, basically rerunning the series. But so they're essentially telling the players, if you have won this card, this series are not necessarily for you. This is for the new players who might have missed out on these older special events. So if you never run through these events to win these cars, then the prize are the same. You still get the same amount of gold and, of course, the car, I believe. But if you already own the car, the prizes for these newer flashbacks have been pretty dismal. So, yeah, if you're going to run it for fun. Don't expect to get some, as they call it, pile up gold, as they call it here. So, yeah, we'll see. And then let's see because if I remember, there were 7 limited time series, but that's only up to 6. Well, I guess we'll find out. And then there are a couple of exclusive series featuring the 2 Mercedes from the recent updates. Are those both from the last update, C11 and I know the 190E 2.5 16 Evolution 2 is from the last one, because that was the last limited time series, so still fresh in my head. But the C11, I feel like, was the earlier in the... That might have been was that the first special event we had in the last update? I can't remember. They all blend together, you know what I mean? So anyway, if you get these cars fully upgraded, then you get the exclusive series available on these cars as well. So, yeah, something to keep in mind. And then let's check out these new cars. Starting out with apparently daily reward. Oh, look at that. Pagani Zonda R for 30% discount. So if you don't own that car, you get 30% off. But thank you. All right, so the first one, we've got the new car, Huayra BC. And this is going to be that Motor Fiesta 2 special event prize car. And let's see, unlock it via career from September 5th. So that's gonna be what, in a couple of weeks, right? Alright, so to win this car, complete all goals in Motor Fiesta 2. Alright, so they don't tell you. Most likely it's going to be in the part of your legend section of your career. I wonder if they're going to include Motor Fiesta 2 in career as well. So that's always nice when they do that. Base PR is 80.8. Huayra has always been a gripper, right? 1.66G, so that's pretty good. And 2.29 seconds for 0 to 60 is pretty good as well. Top speed 370. So overall, looks like a pretty sweet ride. And let's check out the next car. Okay, we got the V8 Supercars, the 2018 rendition, starting with the Holden Commodore ZB. So it's got a different initials at the end. Starting PR 49. So I think that's comparable to previous years. Let's see, completing 2018 Commodore ZB Championship or unlock it via the career from career. I would think it's from Motorsports, or are they just lumping it together as all career? October 8th. So this looks like it's going to be one of the last cars that we're going to win. Let's see. Yeah, October 8th. Because that's got to be... Yeah, so this update is going to last us through September and part of October. And of course, it's currently halfway through August right now. So that's a big update. Well, when they have 7 limited time series, yeah, that's going to take a while. On top of one 9-day special event. So maybe that's why they are giving us only one special event. This update is because that one is gigantic. It's 9 stage long. So, all right, and then of course you gotta have the rival of Holden. So we got a Ford Falcon here, FGX 2018 rendition, same base PR, and comparable car, right? And this one also October 8th. Really? So are they doing that? Might mean they're gonna run both of these limited time series for both Holden and Ford at the same time, sort of like what they've done with the NASCARs earlier this year, back in February. Huh. And would they do the same thing for Ultima? No. So this one looks like, so once again, base PR is 49. Very comparable cars. They are kind of like NASCARs. You see what I mean? It's like Australian NASCARs. I know. I'm just saying that out of convenience for the audience in the States. So don't take offense down under people. Or you can say NASCARs are like a American version of V8 supercars. There you go. Anyway, this one is going to be available earlier at the end of September. So this limited time series must run a week before the others. So yeah. So the last two sounds like they're going to be paired up together. So, all right. And then we got the Porsche 93677 Spider. And this one apparently looks like I can buy it right now for 740 gold. Interesting. Really? It's locked. Alright, so this is going to be in 1988 Group C season. I guess you have to complete 1988 season in motorsports to unlock this car. Is that the deal? If you don't win it by going through the limited time series, because we have a limited time series for this one. So base PR 66.4. So, all right. Looks like a pretty sweet ride. Let's see, can I buy it for 740 gold? Yes, apparently you can. And then you'll gain access to Group 6 1977 season. So, yeah, so this is a new season of motorsports under endurance prototype section. So that's what that is all about. And then finally, the last new car is going to be the McLaren 600 LT with a base PR of 54.7, 1.14 G. So this is going to be the slippery one of the bunch here. And let's see, available in Korea from August 29th. So this looks like it's going to be the first limited time series. Right. All right. So there we go. Those are the new cars. So you go. The new season of Supercars unlocked. And then Supercars Exhibition is the one that you can run without having to have any own any cars, of course, any of the new supercars, that is. The cars available as a loaner, right? At least the first one. Anyway, the real racing TV, the 6.5 launch. So if you guys are, well, it's in your game, or it's actually on YouTube, right? On their channel, Real Racing. So I'm not going to go through it here. So, all right, cool stuff. So Pagani Zonda R upgrade sale as well as the car itself. So that is a decent car. So I wonder, was that the car that was one of the anniversary gift from, was it last year? Yeah, from last year. Was it Zonda F? I cannot keep track of these cars. Anyway, so let's check out what's available in this update. A little bit more detail. Looks like, yes, the first special or limited time series is going to be for McLaren 600 LT. And then next one, starting in 3 days, is going to be the Porsche 936/77 Championship limited time series. So we're going to have this stacked limited time series going on. And then we got the new format weekly time trial. And then here's the online multiplayer. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. And then there's a new format of weekly time trial. So it's all gold prize from all ranks, basically from rank A all the way down to rank H. So by running it at least once, I'd assume at least you get 5 gold for the effort. I know 5 gold is not much, but hey, if you get it every week, that is at least 20 gold per week for doing one race 1 week. So that's, hey, that beats watching 5 ads, doesn't it? I know. Over a week, you watch more than 5 ads. But anyway, you see what I mean. And then here's the set of flashback events. Unleash the Beast for 20 gold. You see what I mean? If you already own these cars, the prize is rather dismal. Although, Unleash the Beast, you do win. You can win the what is that? The Skyline. The old classic Godzilla. Right, you can win that car without putting any upgrades on to compete in this event, if I remember correctly. So I'll put the link in the video description for the original run that I've done with the 0 upgrade attempts. I don't believe any of them I was able to win without putting any upgrades on. In fact, I think they all costed me some gold to win these cars, except for the oldie Skyline. So yes, so I'll put that in the link. So please feel free to go check out the original run, because the event is essentially identical. Prize is different this time around because I've already won these cars. But if you haven't completed this event or you don't own these cars, then the reward should be the same. But anyway, that's that. And Motor Fiesta 2 starts in 10 days. So that sounds like that's going to be the event number 3. So we got the McLaren 600 LT limited time series first. Then we've got the Porsche limited time series second. And halfway through next week, we're going to start this 9-stage special event, Motor Fiesta 2. So good stuff. And then looks like there's a team competition happening starting in 6 hours. Koenigsegg Elimination Domination. Is that something that you can do by running solo? Let's see. I doubt it. Only top 100th gets gold reward, 500 gold. So if you're crazy enough, I suppose you can try it. But yeah, Elimination Domination, typically difficult to pull off if you're running alone. You might be able to do something with a less than full 20 in the team, so your share gets larger, but then of course you have to pull a little bit harder. So anyway, so there we go. So that's the kind of this video ended up being a bit longer than I had originally anticipated. I had planned on doing, but there it is. So here in US, the version 6.5 is online, as you can see, for Android. That's what I'm making this video on right now. and it's actually available on iOS as well here in US. But what I'm hearing from the online is that in Europe it may still they might still be working out some bugs in iOS versions. So when I'm as I'm making this video, from what I understand, is it's not quite available worldwide. So just keep that in mind. But so if it's not available in your region yet, at least you get a little bit of a quick rundown here. And of course, I will be making the playlist of videos of my playthrough of the first limited time series 600 LT Championship McLaren, with the PR requirements already published on the Real Racing site. So we'll talk about the upgrade strategy and whatnot. So stay tuned. But for now, that's what I have for you guys in this video. So I hope you guys find it useful. If you liked it, do click on that thumb up button, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Does help me out. So all right, so take care.